Hello, I'm Jerry McKee, and I'm right here in this small little, I guess you call it village. Somehow or another, the village is kind of lost and forgotten. If you kind of look around, it's more of a ghost town than anything. And right behind me was the general store, and the general store is well, they have a little bit of everything, and right now they've got a lot of junk in there. I guess they sell at a flea market or maybe even here, I don't know. Not much going on. We have some activities, people are looking around, but this is where they shop the Hunger Games. I'm going to show you around some of these buildings, that's houses that's really lost and in time, and what happened to this community. I'm Jerry McKee. Let's take this tour. Like I said, the Hunger Games, if you ever watched the movie, was filmed here, and some of the things we're going to look at is some of the houses, and even the outhouses didn't have indoor plumbing. Hopefully we'll be able to see inside some of the houses. This whole main strip is probably about 15 houses, and it's really strange how this became a little ghost village when only 3 or 4 miles up the road is the interstate. It's really strange, but let's take a look at some of these things. This is one of the houses here. This is only one of numerous of houses. We're going to show you a garage that they had also, and you can see it's kind of boarded up. You got some glasses that's kind of broken out, but just to think what inside this house looks like, I want to try to get through the window here to let you see it. Here's the side of the house, and you can see, you know, for the era that it's in, it's actually pretty good shape. These houses only had like 3 rooms. They had one upstairs, one downstairs, and no bathrooms. It's I'm just curious on what happened. What happened to the people here? Here's the outhouse for probably these 2 houses together. Type of shed, but if you can look up through here, and you will see the back of the rows of houses and the outhouses that's with each house up through here. So they had almost like a community bathroom, and it's very strange that all these houses and all these people at one time left. As you can see, this is a village. The houses go on down the hill. This right here was a garage. It worked on cars, as you can tell right here, and it's there in time. This is where they pour the cars up on the ramp, change the oil or their tractors, and of course to work inside of them, they had this garage here. As you can see inside, it's a little bit dark right now, but you can see some of the old tools, wheelbarrows, and things that they stored in here. An old tank. This was used one time. It was flourishing. Vehicles poured in, maintenance done on the vehicles. Really thriving little community. We're going to look at this house right here. You can see the windows out of it, and I kind of want to see if we can see inside. As you can see, they had the flooring like the I forgot what kind of wood to call, but the inside is just like the outside. You can see how the rooms are here. And through this window right here, you can see the steps is going up, and it's going up to that top floor. Well, there's an old couch. I don't know what era that is. That could be as early as the 60s, 70s. You can see that the chimney is falling down. They used to have a mantle right there. So at one time, these were actually pretty nice houses. I don't know why they housed and who they housed. Here's the bedroom of the house. You can see it's a pretty good sized little bedroom. There's your wooden door that matches all your panels in this one room. This is just a close-up of one of the same house we just looked into, the bedroom. They all are made alike, almost like the mill villages. You can tell this one down here also, they had two doors going in. Usually they had one going into the main living room, and then they had one that went into one of the bedrooms. I don't know if that was probably the master bedroom. You can tell by the tore screens that there was definitely no air conditioning in these buildings. The screens just helped keep some of the bugs out at the time. Now, let's see if we can get a close-up inside. You can see the floor's kind of falling down. Not really safe to go into these buildings at all. Here they had the dam and the reservoir here to kind of help with our water supply here, and possibly energy too. Like I said, this was a thriving little community at one time, whether it be in the 40s or 30s, and they had all the comforts that you and I have at one time. And this is where our house used to be at. But this is really intriguing, and I can see why they filmed the Hunger Games here, because it's really strange. I wouldn't want to be out here at night, I don't think. As we coming up on this house here, this one really looks like it's in a little bit better shape than the rest of them. I only see actually a double door, so this could have been, who knows, the master's house or something. We're going to kind of try to see if we can look inside of it. We're looking into one of the rooms here now. This one has several rooms, so this could have been a bread and breakfast at one time, or housed quite a few people. This is a little bit bigger house than the rest of them. Okay, I got to watch my step here because these boards is really creaky. We're going to go inside here to look. You can see where a table is here, and through that door over there is the steps that goes up into the upper room. And here's was the kitchen. You can tell by the way the flooring is, and you can also see the steps that goes up on this side. This might look like it's been added on at one time. We really have to watch, because this floor here is a little bit different. So, and here's your fireplace here, and as you can tell, this must have been a place where they entertained like a bread and breakfast. And there's your double doors as you come in, and a little foyer right here that takes you into a bedroom on the other side. Like I said, it's not safe too much in here, so you have to watch your step. You can see the boards that are rotting. All these houses are just alike. Like I said, that one that we just come out of, it has a one door that goes in, a double door, and the rest of these houses, that must have been the main house, because the rest of these houses has two doors in them. And you can see the general store up on the hill here, which all of them went to get their groceries and all the other items. So really they didn't have to leave this area at all. Everything was here for them. As you can see right here, they even had their own fire system, like a sprinkler system, except these are for all the houses here. And so you can see some of the rustiness here. I imagine these does not work anymore. This road used to be a dirt road, and they kind of paved it a little bit because so many people coming in, I imagine. But it used to be a dirt road. As you can see right now, you can see the main road coming through here. We're about 3 miles from the interstate, and these could have been mill houses, but just oddly that they would just leave them abandoned like they are. And right here is the kitchen. Actually, it has a steel type sink top on top of it, and there's a yarn piece that I guess the mill had here. But as you can see, this was the kitchen part. I'm really glad we found a sink in here. And over here, as you can see, there's a carriage. Wow, that's kind of strange. And the fireplace that looks like it's been used at one particular time. There's a couch there too. That's I don't know what type of couch that might be, something recently, but kind of fascinating that a carriage would be here. And also, I'm just fascinated about the sink. Got the B-boards, what they call, I guess, inside the floor, and everything was made out of hardwood. And here's another house just right up above it. It just kind of goes up, keep going up top of the hill. There is a real beautiful house on top of the hill. And again, 2 doors. And seems like this guy sold some stuff out of here because it looks like somebody had some selling used furniture and apples. I don't know how recent that was, but I think it's pretty neat. This one even had an outdoor porch light. As I'm walking, you're going to hear cars coming by me because this is a busy highway. And with this busy highway, and these houses here, it really looks like that someone would have took these houses and made something out of them. It's really strange that these, whether it be mill houses or what, how strange they are just to be left here. Okay, we're going into this house here, and it says no trespassing. All they can do is tell me to get out. I'm telling them I can't read. Here's a cabinet here, so I really don't know who there's a wasp too. And you can see someone's been here. Old radio, politics and ecology. So you can see somebody used this as something else. 8-track tape, so we know someone been here by in the 60s, so I'm not going to go too much further because of the floor here is pretty bad. There's a big house on top of the hill right here that probably was, I've seen only one door and how big it is. It's probably a guest quarters or one of the managers, if it's a mill village, one of the manager's houses up there that oversaw everything. It's a good sized house. We're not going to venture in up there because it's like the porch is getting ready to fall down and some other things. And the next house is over here. And I'm curious about one other thing here, and that's that right beside that tree, what that is. I'm going to go look at that. And what we have here, here's a water spigot. It must be for the community. They can come up and get some water. Now right here is something real strange, and this is a underground tunnel. And this underground tunnel could be a bomb shelter, or it could just be where they have potatoes and stuff like that. But it's been dug out. Going up near the house, it could go up to the main house up there. So I don't know if this is a bomb shelter or what, but it leads up to that house up there. So looking at this shelter, they had bomb shelters back then. It used to be a door there, and they got the rock built around it. It's really amazing what you find out in these old houses and old plantations. Now this house here, it looks like someone tried to paint it a little bit, and but you can see it's still falling down and got the postage sign up there. Looked like at one time someone tried to paint it. Well, here's a kind of interesting house. It's got the one door on it, and with the one door on it, it's got somebody put like a reef or something, like they knew who lived here. And even with there's like some things in there that someone had. The windows, of course, are broken out of these houses. These houses were lined up. I guess one has already they've fallen completely down and they've taken it out. But you can still see the outhouse down in the bottom. Sorry about the traffic, but this is the main highway. With the outhouse there, goes along with this house. So each one had an outhouse, but I don't think each house actually, every two houses had the outhouse. And here's someone that made a reef here. They must have had a loved one that they remembered years ago that actually died here, and so they just kind of made a pretty reef on the door out of twine, and so it really does have some memories of someone, of their loved one. And if you look at the tin on top of the roof here, and you'll notice this tin on the roof, on this particular porch, the tin is like shingles. Oh, that's interesting, because the other tin is just straight tin. Well, someone lived in this house earlier than the 30s and the 40s and 50s in there, because there's a ceiling fan in this house. And talk about being strange, that is strange, along with the couch, and look like an older couch, but that's definitely not an old, and the carpet in that is not real old either. So it's old, but it's not old. Someone that apparently lived here at one time before everything started dilapidating it, possibly around the 80s, somewhere like that maybe. They even had the walkways here going from each direction up to the main store here, and which is, I thought it's pretty neat. Right here's another house that's across the street from the main highway. As you can see, it's posted too, but it's also got one door because it's close to the general store. And being close to the general store, I guess this probably was more of a manager's house or a supervisor's house. And this again got the porch on it that's, the tin is kind of slated. Let me give you a perspective here a little bit, that when you walk up through here, you've got the general store up there. Now this house here is on next to the house we just looked at. Of course, you can see it's boarded up. It's really unsafe to be in there. But this house here had a garage. That's pretty interesting. They had some cars, of course. We've seen the garage up there. But they had a garage to park the car, so I can imagine this had to be some supervisors, because not all of them, of course, had the garages. It's very minimal. And as you can see, I'm across the street looking down, and it's got its own little road, and you can see the houses all lined up. They just vacant. This is behind the main general store that they had here. You see it was 2 stories. It had to carry a lot of stuff because you had a lot of people that lived here. Well, I'm Jerry McKee, and I just took you on a tour here at this little town, or used to be a town, right here in this little village that used to be a village, and now it's not a village. And I hope you enjoyed the little tour, and I'm hoping to find some more old houses and try to get a permission to take tours through these old houses to bring back time that has lost and gone years ago, but yet captured in these old houses. What was the people like? What were they thinking? What were their activities? It had to be, in this little village, a flourishing little village. And by the way, you can buy this little village for about $1 million. That's right, it can be yours for a low price of $1 million. I'm Jerry McKee, and you have a wonderful day.